Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Ask Zack. Today I'm going to be kind of addressing quite a few questions in one. So that's why there's no question in the thumbnail. It's kind of covering a lot, and I figured I'd just put it kind of all under the umbrella of work ethic. So the first question that I get asked, probably the most frequently asked question I get is this your full-time job? Yes, it is. It has been my full-time job since 2018 or 2019. Now, when I say that, and I'm going to do a video later on about breaking down how I get paid and how much I get paid and all this stuff. 2018, 2019, 2020, I made under $20,000 a year. I did not make a whole lot of money. And it's gone up since then. So I say full-time, but I was also a college student. So full-time was all of my time that wasn't college was being put into that. Anyway, people ask me how much work goes into it. Is it hard to be a YouTuber? Is it a lot of work? Is it a little work? Is it passive income? I get all the questions. And so right off the bat, I once calculated out how much time I spend on YouTube a week, creating, producing, all that stuff. And it totaled close to 80 hours a week. And so that works out to be, let's say a car is an hour away. Most cars that I review are an hour away, somewhere in the Chicagoland area. With traffic, it might be 45 minutes, might be an hour 10, going up to Fox Lake, going out to Joliet, things like that. Let's just make them nice round numbers. So an hour there, hour back. That's 2 hours of the day. Takes about an hour and a half per car to film. Sometimes I run early, sometimes I run a little bit past that, but again, hour and a half. So we're at 3.5 hours of just travel, film, travel. Then we have to upload all the footage. Takes about a half hour to do that, so now we're at 4 hours. And then to edit, for every hour I shoot is about 3 to 4 hours of editing. So let's just call it 3 hours on the lighter side. Let's say I'm super diligent and not distracted and my computer isn't freezing. That's 7 hours of work for one video. Now, of course, you can say, well, if I drive to Fox Lake and I drive 3 cars, well, then that's only 2 hours of travel for 3 cars. And, obviously it'll balance out like that. But it is a lot of time. But I'm not complaining. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, you have to fall in love with the back end. It is so easy to fall in love with driving new cars every day or every week. I think everyone in the world could do that. The discipline comes with the editing, the uploading, the writing descriptions, the writing emails, and scheduling with people. I am a one-man team. I don't have a secretary. I've tried, doesn't really work. Write my own, I don't have scripts, but I formulate my own ideas, shoot the videos, film everything, set up the camera, edit the videos, publish the videos. I'm talking to manufacturers, all this stuff. And so there's a lot of work that goes into all of this. There's 2 things that I always remind myself of that kind of get me through the day. And this was a big thing the big reason I want to make this video. I get asked a lot, why do you say at the beginning of all of your videos, hi, my name is Zack, let's actually do the real intro. What's up, guys? My name is Zack, and today I'm driving a 2014 Toyota Camry. Up front is a 2.5 liter inline 4, and down below is a 6-speed automatic. I don't know if that's true, but, And then I say, now I am super excited to be driving this car for XYZ reasons. The reason I say that in the video is mostly for myself. Because there are days that I don't want to be filming. There are days where it's raining and everything's going to be wet and I'm just going to be damp for 6 hours. There are days where I don't feel good. I have a headache. I get down and out. I've had depression issues in the past, and I'm very fortunate as of the last couple of years. I haven't had a bad, what's the term I'm looking for? Not session, but I haven't, really done that. I've been in therapy for years, but I haven't really needed it in the last couple, which I'm very appreciative of. But long story short, I filmed 3 cars the day after a very close friend of mine passed away, and I didn't want to be out there filming. I didn't want to do that. But in 2020, I decided to start saying that in the videos because it's more of a reminder to myself of, I'm not trying to tell you, I'm not trying to like bribe you into thinking I'm excited to drive a Camry. It's mostly me going, hey, look, mother effer, you have a great job. You get paid to drive other people's cars and talk about it. One of the biggest reminders I always have is I have friends that work at Amazon fulfillment centers. That job is hard. I have a friend, Theo, shout out Theo, who works in a salt mine. I think it's salt. That might be limestone. Either way, he works in a mine and he doesn't see the sunlight for 12 hours. And he was third shift for a long time. I have friends, very close friends, that are police officers. And I was just with one the other day that was describing this horrible car crash he had to work. I'm doing okay compared to that. I don't have much trauma from my job. I don't have to stand on a concrete floor for 12 hours a day packaging up random things. I could take bathroom breaks whenever I want. I can cancel work whenever I want with little to no penalty, which I don't. I usually don't. I'm very, very good about not canceling once we have a date set. Unless something really important comes up or if I'm really not feeling well, I've canceled because I've gotten sick. I'm pretty good about that. I have a lot of flexibility in my job and I have a lot of perks of my job. And so, yes, it is long hours and it's a lot of work. I have 21 videos to edit right now on my computer, just sitting there ready to go. And sitting down and getting yourself to do it does take quite a bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, I wake up excited to do what I do, and that can't be said from a lot of people. So I don't want this video to seem like I'm complaining in the slightest. I'm just sharing my experience, and maybe it's similar to yours, maybe it's not. The other thing that I keep in mind is that, funny enough, in the back of my head, whenever I don't want to work, I always tell myself, there's a kid out there, or guy or gal or they or them or whoever that wants it more than I do. There's someone out there with more ambition than me, but they might not have the resources that I've been able to procure. And I always thought, I was like, there's some kid in Kentucky. He wants this more than I do, and he's going to outwork me. And what's funny, the reason I say it's funny is because I recently not recently, actually a year and a half ago, I met the Car Confections guys who are in Kentucky, and they outwork, I think, everyone in the space. They are, Drew and Mason are, first of all, wonderful people, but second of all, hard workers. And so what I've come to realize, especially when it comes to my videos, is that I'm not smarter than anyone. Quite the contrary, I feel like I'm actually dumber than most viewers who watch the videos. I'm not smarter. I'm not richer. I grew up lower middle class. Vacations were not really a thing. We didn't get a new car every year. We got one new car in 2004, and my parents still have it. The Chrysler Pacifica. Shout out to the 04 Pacifica. So I don't have more resources. I don't have more money, and I'm not smarter than anyone else. And so really the only thing that I can physically do to set myself apart is to just outwork the guy next to me. That's the only tool I have in my toolbox. And so that's why you see I post 7 videos a week right now, because if I want to tread water with the big dogs, I have to. I have to post 7 videos a week. If you can't work smarter, you have to work harder. And the other thing is that I sort of view myself as the McDonald's of the car world, where it might not be the highest quality reviews you've ever seen. I don't have the panning shots. I don't have the drone shots and the killer commentary, and I'm not paying for music every time I make a video. But there's going to be something hot and ready every day of the week. During the normal year, there's going to be something hot and ready 5 days a week, hopefully. And you're going to know what to expect. I use the same format in all of my videos by design. So if you want to know, if you're looking for a Z28, that's a bad example. If you're looking for a Mustang, a first-gen Mustang for early years, 65, 66, and you want a V8 Mustang, and you click on my video, you see this cherry Mustang. And I go, all right, what's up, guys? My name is Zach. Today I'm driving a 1965 Mustang. Up front is a 3.3 liter inline six. Boom. Within the first 10 seconds, you go, that's not what I'm looking for. Or similarly, if you want a manual and I say, this car's automatic, then you know that's not where you're looking for. And I hope you stick around for the rest of the video. I hope you find some value in it. But that's why I do my intro, is that if you don't like the car presented to you, if you don't like the drivetrain setup, go on your merry way. Don't waste the 8 to 12 minutes of my video. Go find a video with the proper engine and transmission that you want. And I'm happy about that. Thanks for stopping by even when you did. So, it's a lot of work to be full-time YouTube, but there's a lot of perks with it. And on the flip side, I work 10 to 12 hours a day editing, but at the same time, like yesterday was a Formula 1 race. My girlfriend had all of her friends over. I just took the day off. I mean, it was a Sunday, and I work every weekend, but I was just like, I'm just not going to work. I'm just not going to edit today. I didn't have any shoots lined up, so I didn't edit, didn't do anything. Just, watched the race, had the people over, and by the time they left, I was pretty tired anyway, so I fell asleep. So, when stuff comes up, I recently shared that I was in a hospital. I had videos scheduled to upload, so you guys didn't notice there wasn't any lack of content, but I took a couple days off to, focus on my health for a little bit. And I have the ability to do that. And I get that, I've had health struggles recently, and I don't know how people with normal jobs do it. Because, I had a spell of gout, if you will, and I couldn't walk for, a week. And so I just didn't film. I filmed 2 of the 5 or 7 days, whatever, with a bad foot, which hurt like a, son of a whatever. But I was thinking to myself, I was like, how do normal people do this? You just have to go back to your job with your foot and you want to cut it off? It's terrible. So I do have a lot of privileges in that way. But at the same time, I've been doing this for almost 10 years. February will be my 10-year anniversary of starting this channel. And I always tell people, you don't make money for the first 5 years. Really, I didn't see really substantial stuff till the last 2 or 3. And so there's that too, of that I basically went without a solid paycheck for half a decade to get to the point where I'm at. So it all balances out. That's my story. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. That's my work ethic. If you can't work smarter, just work harder. You'll be exhausted, but you'll get the same point. There's people that aren't very well versed or not great in their area, but they work hard, and people also respond to hard work. I get a lot of comments. Ahmed the car care nut, he's great. He always introduces me as the hardest working man on YouTube, which I appreciate the gesture, which always kind of sets me up for failure too. Cause I meet someone, they're like, oh, you work really hard. And I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't have that sort of confidence. But I forgot where I was going with that. That's the other thing too, is that I feel like I work super hard, and then there's firefighters that are, saving people's lives all day. So at the end of it, it's hard work, but, I'm going to keep doing it till the wheels fall off. And people ask me, what's my goal for the channel? I want to start going international. I want to get down to Australia and drive some classic Holdens. I want to go to Europe and drive Vauxhalls and Renaults and Seats and Skodas. And, I want to go to China and drive a Great Wall. I want to go and drive BYDs, Build Your Dreams, which might come to the U.S., but still. I want to go to Vietnam and see what cars they have there. I want to go down to Brazil and drive the Brazilian cars. My goal in life is to drive every car ever made, and that is fully impossible, and I understand that, but I'm going to try my hardest to get as close to it as I can, and I want to bring you guys with. It's the whole reason for doing all of this, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions for Ask Zach, leave it in the comment section down below. But until next time, good night, everyone.